These crested geckos desperately need an upgraded enclosure. Lucky for me, I happen to find the best grout enclosure for these guys, and the best part is it only costs $20 to get them. What exactly are those enclosures are? Well, let's get into it. Oh, well, it's actually not these. These are actually all my baby crested geckos, which I actually have quite a few of them for sale right now. You can check those guys out over at DakotaBlueExotics.com or my morph market. Both links will be down there in the description. Oh, today we are going to be talking about my 2021 growouts and how they need some upgraded enclosures. You might be wondering, Dakota, how come your 2022 growouts and your 2021s look pretty similar in size? These guys only look a little bit bigger for having an extra year to grow. That's simply because in 2021, I was not following this video right here and the advice I gave into it. Without giving these guys, packing them with insects and a more protein diet, they just didn't grow as much. It's taken them pretty much twice as long for these guys to grow as it has for these 2022 babies. For a little bit now, we have been giving them a little bit more insects, a little more protein in that diet. And are you gonna jump? In doing that, these geckos have been growing like weeds to a point that these enclosures are actually too small for them now and they desperately need some upgraded ones. For me, I found the perfect ones. It's going to be these guys right here. Very similar to these, but they're actually a little bit bigger. Here's a little size comparison as you guys can see. Unfortunately, these are actually used bins right now and they are a little bit dirty. So I guess the first step is going to be cleaning up all these bad boys so we can get these geckos in their new homes. Alrighty, we got 6 geckos that need upgraded enclosures and 6 bins to clean, but luckily for us, cleaning actually goes as easy as 1, 2. Wow, that took a lot longer than expected. Don't use peat moss, kids. You'll thank me later. I originally made the first video talking about these enclosures. A lot of people ask me the questions, Dakota, why don't you keep them vertical like this one right here instead of horizontal like you are? And the big reason for that is this place gets to a point where it's almost minuscule to none. So as soon as the gecko gets some size on it, it ends up turning into like this long skinny hallway. I mean, yes, they do have some height, which is absolutely awesome for them, but at the same time, without any floor space, it just looks super cramped and not a good place to be. At the end of the day, boys and girls, these enclosures are exactly what they are. They are grow-out enclosures. They are utilized for the animals to grow until they can outgrow the space given to them, at which case they go into their final enclosure. This is in no way, shape, or form a permanent enclosure, as we stated in that little card video that I showed off a little bit earlier. I do like to keep my animals in slightly of a smaller setup just to help them grow to their fullest potential, at which case they go in their final larger setup that has everything they could possibly want and need. With that long disclaimer out of the way, what do you say we get these smaller enclosures out of here, put the big ones in, and get them ready for these crested geckos to go in their new home? Uh-oh. I really thought this was going to be as easy as it did. It's like we got to take out all the cages, take this spot off, move this slightly down so it corners up to here, so these two will fit, and then we'll put these back. Hey, don't look at those. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's not free, huh? Whoa, whoa, hey, that's not free either. What do you think you're doing? Nothing can ever be easy for old Dakota. Can't just put some bins down. Nope. Of course, we gotta do it this way. I hate this. Oh my god. Now I lost the thing. Oh. I only brought down 5 tubs. Oh my. It's done. It's finished. It looks amazing. Let's get these enclosures ready for new geckos. Jesus Christ. My god, boys and girls, aren't these enclosures looking great? Really like how these guys came out. Alright, so we got the tags all set for everyone, so we're going to be taking everything out one by one and showing them off, because there's not that many 2021 grow outs. Ow! My god, it bit me! Ow! is going to be this absolutely, and I guess kind of feisty Chihuahua gecko. This is actually the second Chihuahua gecko oh my gosh, that I've been bit by. First one was the male during breeding season. He gave me a little chomp, but this dude just decided, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give you just a little bite. Absolutely beautiful. They're finally starting to get some coloration. For the longest time, these guys were just like a really light Chihuahua and a really dark Chihuahua. But at this point, we're starting in that mossy camouflage pattern that I believe is coming from the male. Really cool little white snout. We do got some maybe potentially white shoulder going on. Not entirely sure. I'm very new to Chihuahua geckos, so I am not like an expert when it comes to like identifying stuff. All in all, I think it's a really cool dude. Girl, it's a female. We can get these guys up to size at some point next year to start another breeding season. Of course, before that happens, I'll have to source out a different male. I don't really want to line breed. I like the bonded pair of Chihuahuas we got right there. I think we'll just run pairs of Chihuahuas. Oh, girl, let's get you in. Welcome to your new home. Please enjoy the bamboo. Next up on the list is my second Chihuahua holdback. Now, I actually held back a pair of these guys when I first started doing it in my first year, and we've been growing them up ever since. Another magnificent Chihuahua, starting to get some color just like the other one. I'm hoping these both stay female. Well, hang on a second. Are those testicles? Not in my house, young man. Wait, are those balls? What do you guys think? Those look balls? Those kind of look like balls to me. This one might end up being for sale. I really don't need another male. I don't really want to line breed these Chihuahuas. I want some other stuff to diversify. If this one does end up being male, it will be available. Over here, we have some unfortunate bad news. Now, you guys know I've absolutely loved this female. This is my almost completely red-spotted gecko. However, over the past couple of months, she's developed what honestly looks like MBD. You can see she has this lump down her spine, and then her tail's been kinked. Now, I honestly have no idea how this could have happened. As you guys know, all the geckos here get fed the same diet. That's going to be dusted insects with Repashi's calcium, and then some mixes of Pangea and Repashi, and I just don't get it. We use a lot of growth and breeder and protein stuff, but I guess for this girl alone, it wasn't enough for her. It's really a huge bummer. We've been supplementing extra calcium for this girl to try to help, not necessarily cure it, because there really is no cure for MBD, but just not to make this any worse. Pretty much all this girl's not going to be a breeder just for these issues. I would not want to do something that would send her calcium sacs even further, such as egg laying. So for now, she's just going to be a really pretty pet. Such a big bummer. This is probably one of the geckos I was really excited for growing out to pair to start my own red strap project, but at this point, it's just not going to happen. Whew. And then we got this little firecracker right here. My God. This is going to be a really interesting gecko. This is actually the last holdback I ever made of my Xena to Spots pairing. This was before that we ended up getting Spice, which was just a superior Tiger Doll breeder. Dude's looking absolutely magnificent. While not the most spotty, he does have some nice ink blotting. I think it's actually a girl. And then also the bold tiger stripes is what I really like about this gecko. I think it's absolutely amazing, and it's great to have some fresh lineage for Spice babies to have a non-Spice animal. Spice baby, Spice baby. Lastly, we just got some good old-fashioned cookie time Spots babies. Obviously a beautiful dark knockout pattern. Funny enough, what I really like about this girl right here is she has a lot of red down the belly, and it kind of gives her like this rustic orangey red look, which is really cool from just like your average chocolate. Like this gecko, nice and spotty. It's just insane for me to think that like this was the top thing I produced. This is the best of the best that we produced in 2021. And now you're seeing our 2022 grow outs, and it's like it's like the game completely changed with those geckos. But never forget your roots. We always like to hold back at least a few. I've definitely been holding back more and more as I breed because I just keep making nicer and nicer animals. But definitely a little dude that I can't wait to see what she can produce next season. Lastly, we got one last cookie time Spots animal. This is the only boy I've literally ever held back in the history of Dakota Blue Exotics. We're getting at the point where we need multiple males. I was always like a 2-male guy. But now we do need some more males to suffice all the female growouts that we've been keeping back. This will actually be our new stud male for any of our non-tiger Dalmatians because he's just a superior gecko to Spots. Still, both amazing geckos, but I cannot wait to see this guy be as an adult and see what he can produce with those genetics. Boys and girls, if that wasn't enough Crested Gecko content for you, I highly suggest this playlist right here that has over 50 videos of Crested Geckos, or maybe you had no idea what the parents I was talking about, then I'd highly suggest this video right here that shows all of our Crested Gecko breeders. us. If you guys have made it this far, like and subscribe truly means a lot, really helps out the channel. As always, thank you so much for taking the time of your day to follow us over here at Dakota Blue Exotics. I will see you guys next time, but until then, goodbye.